right. Welcome back, folks, to Age of Lemuria. It is episode 14. Wow, yeah. Only 10 more episodes left. Only 10 more. And everyone turns into a pumpkin. It is currently the first of Orcus? Is episode 14. Making sure everything, the timeline and stuff, is linking up correctly. Things are happening outside of our players' knowledge. I am your host and DM, Lord Lucan. Welcome, welcome. Hunk Papa, you're in a new location. Can you hear me?
You cut out at the end. I assume you were taking it to me.
Yes.
Hello, I am Hunk Papa, also known as Jesse Zelith. I am a dungeon master and author. Today I'll be playing Ulfgar Ashencloak, the Gatekeeper.
Excellent, excellent. Gortek, what's up with you?
What's up, guys? Leo here, playing Cortec, and well, I'm actually really happy to announce that I'm also starting to be a DM and learning about it, so let's see what happens.
So much work. So much work. If you're doing it right, it's so much work. But it usually pays off. It usually pays off. Guys, I wasn't here last time. What happened? You guys remember?
Well, we managed to actually escape Fort Malgrave after defeating zombies.
You guys did not take Fort Malgrave.
No, we escaped Fort Malgrave.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. So, well, we actually retreated and rested, and then we actually pursued a job that Cortec had in order to pay off for the message he sent his family. So he's actually looking for the bandits.
Anything special about these bandits that you discovered?
Well, so far we didn't find the bandits.
Ooh.
We actually found a burnt house.
Moat house.
And, well, what appears to be a big lizard in the grass.
Yeah, that's all it is. Just a big lizard.
Yeah. Well, so far, that's where we are.
So Ulfgar can start where everybody else was, right here. He may place himself. Assuming that he followed. I'm not sure if Ulfgar wants to be part of this or not. He may or may not want to be. Just depending on the situation.
He would check with Mudskip before we left to make sure that she would wait for that, and then he would follow.
Yes, Mudskip and the surveyor, Lynn. Both of them are currently at Farmer Ed's homestead. Currently only Ava and Cortec went out hunting for the bandits. What was Ulfgar doing during this time? Hello?
Was trying to seek advice from the ancestors, trying to prepare for the next fight with the plague, and trying to contemplate what he's going to do to correct the misdeeds of his king.
Excellent, excellent. The scene opens up, and we see this dilapidated stone structure. We see it in the distance, right? This ruined moat house. Muddy water circles around the outer perimeter of maybe like a 10 to 15 foot high, depending on where you're at. This once was a defendable location, but somebody's just let it fall apart and let it decayed. We see grass, grown up vegetation, and trees. We see like this like giant frog like croaking in the water, like burp, 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 burp. And we see this happy dog eating some meat, rhino meat, which was given to him last time by the party of adventurers. Ava turns to look at Cortec and she like nudges him. She's like, do you see what I see?
Yes, I do. But I don't know how exactly we should approach this. Cortec then looks the ground for a rock or something.
Sure. Cortec picks up a rock.
He moves here, so he's hidden behind the big rock in front of the... And... Well, he attempts to throw the rock behind the lizard so it would actually go the other way.
Sure. Go ahead and roll an attack roll.
Okay.
How far are you throwing this rock? Ping where you are throwing it.
I think around here, if I can.
Go ahead and ping for me. Okay, right there.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So dexterity, right?
It would be dexterity plus proficiency.
All right.
Interesting. Yes, you toss the rock, right? And it goes skipping off the distant wall with a loud crack. You see like a shift in movement as this creature was apparently asleep until that happened. It stands up and looks around. Are you guys hiding yourselves?
Yeah, I said I was hiding behind the rock before I threw it.
Roll me a stealth as it attempts to find you. Okay. Yep. Well, buddy, your little ruse. Tell me how you mess up. How does this creature like stands up out of the tall grass? This creature, like you just saw the ridge of its back, right? And this 10-foot long creature stands up. Its sharp scales, protruding teeth, green eyes, green scales. It seems to be a creature of some draconic heritage. It turns and looks at the rock, sniffs the air, and like sticks out its forked tongue. And then it turns immediately to look at you, Cortec. And it says, Nishnarnigarsnura. What languages do you speak?
Definitely not draconic.
Excellent. You can roll me an insight.
Okay.
It's demanding, why are you here? And why did you throw a rock at it?
Okay, so Cortec just raises his hand and just like, I didn't know what it was. I was trying to actually not have a confrontation.
It shakes its head, not understanding you.
Is Ulfgar still following, or did you have him back at the...
So you can move yourself, Ulfgar.
Back?
Yeah, you can move yourself.
Okay.
So combat hasn't begun, and you're not running or anything like that. You're just walking, right? You're not aware of this current situation. And let's see here. Let me see if Ava knows any languages. She shakes her head no at you as well. She's like, I don't understand. What is it saying? She notches an arrow nervously as the creature stands up, using half of its movement speed, and begins to approach you.
I look at Ayla and sign like, no, wait. And
4, 5, 6.
oh boy. Oh boy, what can I do? Okay.
I don't know. What can you do? What will the player do? Question mark.
Okay. So Cortec uses guidance on himself.
Are you casting a spell?
Oh boy.
I mean, it's clearly staring at you, right?
Okay.
You said something, it clearly didn't understand you. You got an insight, a wonderful insight, and you knew exactly what it said or meant. However, your reply wasn't satisfactory towards this creature. It stood up and begins staring at you. Let me describe this creature. It has green eyes, has sharp talons, a big juicy jaw. It licks its lips at you as you enter into its domain.
Well, Cortec tries to do like signals that it's not hostile.
Roll me a persuasion.
Oh man.
Well, that's a performance.
Oh, I'm sorry, I clicked wrong.
What's
There
your
we go.
bonus?
0, and I had a nat 20.
Oh, so okay. So I'm going to let you keep that natural 20. All right. However, in the future, if you roll a dice, you gotta keep it, right? So if there was no change or anything, it would have naturally have been a 10, right?
All right, okay.
All right, so in the future, right? In the future, I'll give you this one. However, it kind of like stares at you, like curious of what you're going to do, right? As you're like holding up your hands and like offering like, hey, I'm not here to fight. I'm not here to invade you. It stares at you curious, giving it a moment's pause. Ava's
All right.
like, what are you doing?
I'm trying to communicate. Apparently, I'm way better at this with lizards than with gnolls.
Yeah, you are. Suddenly behind you, Cortec, a mysterious figure in black armor appears. Don't worry, it's just Ulfgar.
All right.
The creature sees Ulfgar coming and approaching, and its jaws clench, and it and pulls back. Right, its lips pull back and revealing sharp and ugly teeth.
All right. Cortec tries to signal to the creature the burnt house, and just the house, and then the way back. So the house and leave. That's it.
So it says something, right? Ulfgar, you understand this, right? Are you translating this as it speaks? It says,
Yes, Ulfgar understands.
Why have you come here?
The child is seeking another of its kind. We were told it was here.
There are no humans here. Let's see if it knows what you are.
All right. Cortec looks at Ulfgar and asks him tell it that we just want to know what happened to the humans here because we were supposed to find them, but we're gonna leave it in peace.
Ulfgar will nod and turn to, what color is this green?
It is green.
Interesting. Tell me, where did the other humans go? Did you kill them all? Or did she?
I protect this place. This is my territory. Those who stumble upon my territory will be consumed and devoured. Are you here for some purpose?
Please don't say to kill you.
That is what the last humans who came here said. And he, like, gestures at all the corpses.
Well, Ulfgar, you're the only one that can speak to it.
I assume Ulfgar's translating, maybe?
He's not translating.
Okay, he's not translating, okay.
That whole dialogue you just had cut out for me, the whole thing.
Okay, so the creature said that those who trespass on his territory, he consumes and devours. And he gestures to all those dead bodies that are currently around. If you look around, you can do an investigation. As you're looking at all the dead corpses.
Okay,
I think we're missing Hunk Papa. Yep, he crashed. This isn't unexpected. I understand that he has a new internet service, and he's still trying to figure stuff out, so we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Alright, Cortec moves back.
Okay.
And then to the side of Hunk Papa and starts like to investigate this body.
Sure. Go ahead and roll me an investigation. Yes. You can see that this corpse has been partly consumed. Something killed it. Looks like claws, teeth. Some sort of wild animal dug into this what used to be human and slaughtered them.
Mm-hmm.
You also know that this was likely some sort of thug or criminal of some sort. I can't give you much more than that, though.
Alright, Cortec is still like signs only to the bodies, to the creature, and tries to get closer to them.
So as you approach the house, the creature moves to intercept you. You see in the wall right here a slight hole in it. It seems to be guarding this place.
Alright, Cortec points to the house and does this. Like, why?
Roll me a persuasion. It doesn't understand you, but we're just going to assume that Ulfgar is translating. Okay?
Alright.
For this, we're just going to assume that Ulfgar is translating.
Alright, so why can't we get to the house? We're not enemies of the...
Okay, roll me a persuasion. It says, "It is none of your concern, little human. This is my territory, and whatever lies within belongs to me."
All right. Cortex says we don't want anything that is inside. We just need to figure out what happens. Like if any human survived or fled, what happened to him?
If you are wise, you would leave this place. There are no humans inside, at least those that are living.
Um, Cortex tries to explain that he was supposed to bring one of this like some of these humans back. He understands that they entered territory and deserved its wrath, but he needs just to like investigate the bodies and figure out if the person he needed to find one of the bodies.
Sure, roll me a persuasion as you're like saying, I don't want anything, but I want something.
No, I mean I don't want anything of value. I need to figure out if the person's
Right. It stares at you and says, very well, I shall watch you. He gestures for you to enter into the interior of the moat house. Do you do so?
Can can Cortex evaluate if it's like being truthful or not?
Sure. Go ahead and roll me an insight. Yeah, you're fairly confident that this creature's telling the truth. Like, this is his territory, he's going to defend it, and if you take anything, he will kill you.
Alright.
Yeah. Seems pretty... That seems pretty straight on, yeah. That seems pretty...
Alright, so Cortex moves up to this body and uses guidance to investigate it.
Are you casting spells?
Oh, come on. Is it really?
It is currently watching you, by the way.
Okay, well, Cortex is
So
just gonna...
let me explain the situation, right?
Mhm.
It's staring at you. It is openly hostile. It's saying that if you take anything, he's going to kill you. And you starting to cast spells will definitely start a chain reaction.
Okay, so Cortex just gonna move to this body and investigate it.
Okay. Yeah. You quickly learn the time period of which these people have died. It hasn't been recent. Anywhere between a month to 2 months, these bodies have been laying out in the weather, half-eaten, rotten, stinking.
Alright, so any hope of recognition is pure bollocks, right?
For the corpses outside, definitely.
Okay. Oh god. Okay, what the hell? Cortex starts to move slowly towards the house.
Also, with that 18 investigation, you see like an insignia, right? Like a red mountain.
Do I remember it from anywhere?
Somebody gave you a hint previously. You could roll me intelligence. Your character might remember what happened last time.
Like pure intelligence?
Yep. Roll me straight up intelligence.
Nope.
Doesn't mean anything to you. It's just a insignia of a red mountain.
Alright, so Cortex looks to Ulfgar, kind of like showing he's accepting the risk, but he counts on him.
What does Ulfgar do? I think he's not here. Oh, he is.
Yeah.
Ulfgar shakes his head and addresses the Drake and Draconic.
Sure. What do you say?
Tell me, do you not serve Conra?
I serve myself. see if it knows. You speak of the Green Clan. I do not serve them. I serve myself. This is my territory.
Ulfgar would like to insight.
Sure. Yeah, he's telling the truth. He's made this little place his home. Yep.
Ulfgar turns to Cortec. Blood, I suggest you take part of these corpses, take one of their heads, offer in exchange to the Drake, and let us be on our way. I don't think you're going to find anything of what you thought was going to be here.
What should I offer the Drake?
I think that's for you to find out.
Okay, well, so...
You could always ask it.
I mean, well, ask it what it wants in return. Hello?
Yes, I'm still here.
Well, of course, then ask it what it wants for us to leave safely.
So to be clear, this is the current situation. Cortec has been given permission to enter into the moat house, but the guard Drake will be watching. So Cortec and the guard Drake will be entering inside. Ulfgar, you will be left out here with Ava. So that's the current situation right now. Are you leaving? Are you changing your mind, wanting to leave?
You know what? No. Cortec nods to Ulfgar, but starts to walk into the moat house.
Excellent.
As he moves towards the moat house, he actually starts looking at it and checking which way is the best way to actually get out.
So there's many holes. There is battle damage here. Go ahead and place yourself next to the guard Drake.
Alright.
Ulfgar, you see them descend into the darkness of the ill-lit, semi-dilapidated fortress. Ulfgar, as you step inside, you might understand why this guard Drake is protecting this area. You see a corpse, a skeletal corpse, of what appears to be, roll me an investigation. Or knowledge, nature, either or. Actually, both. Give me both. There we go.
Investigation and nature.
Yeah, because both of those will happen. So you you understand quite quickly that both of you, Ulfgar, you can see inside of it. Both of you quite quickly discover that there is a skeletal remains, what appears to be of another guard Drake, inside this fortress. You see like blast marks, charring. Something must have exploded here. You also notice that there are other corpses here. You also discover a corpse of an elf, two corpses of bugbears, and one corpse of a human. These are older, much older, and much more skeletalized than those that are outside. It growls at you as you identify the corpse. Okay.
Alright, as it growls, Cortex just raises his hand again in a show of respect to it and checks like the other bodies, not the skeleton lizard one.
You begin checking the other corpses. These are not what you're looking for. However, you also quickly realize that there are several scrolls, desks. It seems like these have been burnt in like what appears to be a raging fire. It appears that someone or something had caught this place on fire, right?
Alright.
And the wildfire just went out of control. And it seems to be like everywhere in this, right? The leftovers of charred corpses and battle, clearly battle, is revealed to you.
Okay, well, Cortex gonna walk by the scrolls, not too close so the lizard thinks he wants to get it,
Okay.
but just try to overlook it and see if there's anything to make use of.
Okay. Roll me a perception as you're looking around. Excellent. You see two scrolls that are damaged. Do you take them?
No, Cortex won't take them, but we'll try to read the part that is not damaged.
Are you picking them up?
No, he's leaving them on the table.
Okay. All right. Well, they're not laid out. They're scrolls, right? So as you're like looking around the place, like underneath the tables or desks that are burnt, you see the two damaged scrolls. Are you going to like get on all fours and reach down under there?
Oh man. Cortex looks behind and points the scroll to the lizard and points his eyes to the scrolls, you know, like
oh yeah, it's staring at you.
It doesn't make any movement.
So during this time, it always seems to be like protecting this right here.
Oh, okay. So Cortex will check the scrolls.
Okay.
Sorry, are we on another map? I'm still looking at the outside.
Yeah, you're still looking inside. You haven't gone inside yet. So the guard drake's only given permission to Cortex to enter.
Oh, okay.
All right. So my question is, Cortex, are you going to reach down and grab the damaged scrolls?
Oh man.
What will the players do? ...
Actually, Cortex gonna try to pull the scrolls out with the backhand of his spear, you know, just without taking his eyes out of the drake.
Okay. Are you trying to sleight of hand this? Is that what you're trying to do?
No, I'm not trying to hide it from him. I'm just like very openly just pulling the scrolls out to try to see what's on them.
Okay. You pull out the two scrolls. They appear to be of divine nature.
Can Cortex read anything on them?
Roll me a knowledge religion.
Okay, no.
Yeah. You do think that these are in some sort of Elvish. That's something you do know.
Alright,
Do you speak Elvish? That's a good question.
No.
Okay, yeah. Something.
Okay. So Cortex moves close to this body.
Are you taking the scrolls with you?
No.
Okay.
Cortex moves to this body here.
That is the corpse of a bugbear.
okay, he just moved his on. He won't lose time investigating it.
Okay.
And he moves in here.
You believe that you are currently in the source of the fire. Somewhere around here, the source of the fire had started. You see remnants of burnt barrel shards. There was an explosion here, and it quickly caught on fire and continued to roast everything.
Alright, Cortex is going to investigate this area.
Sure, go ahead. Oh, that sweet investigation. It looks like a fire was here.
Okay, well, Cortex, is there a door where Cortex can go?
Yes, there's a door right here.
Alright, so Cortex moves here and, like, looks around this room.
You see a cage, a large cage within this room. Large enough to hold a drake.
Oh, I see. Okay,
you also notice that the guard drake hasn't followed you.
Oh, alright. Well, Cortex goes around the hole and moves towards the corridor.
You see, like, this, as you travel down this hallway, you notice, like, the fire is not as intense. However, this seems to have been, like, the main funnel of where the smoke rised out of. It seems like a bunch of charring and stuff like that.
Alright. That's the only thing Cortex notices.
There are 2 other rooms that you have not investigated.
Alright, so Cortex moves down to this room.
Roll me an investigation. Yes. This seems to have been a place where prisoners were, or held. You see what's left, what appears to be cells, prison cells for some sort of humanoids. You also quickly discover that this was a place that wasn't well kept or maintained. It's been dilapidated as well. You see, like, the bars, the locks on these cages have been damaged and broken. Someone was here and must have freed whatever was inside. You can roll me a survival to see who or what's been through here.
Alright, survival it is.
Excellent. As you're, like, looking around, you see what appears to be human tracks. It seems like humans have entered and exited this place many times, going back and forth. This place was damaged or caught on fire, and in their haste, they started busting prisoners out. Okay.
Cortex then moves up to the room.
Excellent.
Right.
Here you see half-eaten corpses. It seems to be like some sort of dump. These prisoners do not look like anything from the outside. They had no insignia or anything like that. Roll me an investigation.
Alright. Well, Cortex now uses guidance.
Yeah.
Since the Drake's not here.
You may, yes.
And, alright. Investigation.
You see bodies. You get no new information in regards to this.
Oh, sorry. That was 1d5.
Yeah, you get no new information in regards to these bodies.
Yeah, it was 10. Okay. What about this body?
Once again, due to your investigation roll, their corpses are...
Oh, that was for both.
Yep.
Okay.
This was
Sorry.
for the room as it's the room itself. What
All
do
right.
you do now?
Well, Cortex goes back to the first room.
Excellent. The guard drake continues to guard a corpse.
Cortex looks at the drake, points to the scrolls, and point at himself, and does like the question time. Just like,
Roll me a persuasion.
Alright, since I have guidance, so... Yeah, 15.
It growls at you angrily, as you have promised it that you weren't going to take anything.
Alright, then Cortex leaves the scrolls and just moves out.
Okay, I'll shift you back over. As you step outside, the Drake comes out with you and says, have you discovered what you needed?
No. I found nothing. The only thing that might actually give me some clues were the scrolls. That's why I asked you for it. But since I promised, it's fine. We're just leaving.
Then be gone from my land.
Is there anything you would trade for the scrolls?
So what are you proposing?
I'm asking if there is anything you would want in order to let me take the scroll.
Roll me a persuasion. See if it's the motivations.
Oh.
Is that a crit?
Yes.
He says you may take the scrolls if you promise never to return.
Okay, I promise.
You gain 2 scrolls. Damaged. 2 damaged scrolls. Elvish make. Yeah.
And then as I come out, I look at Ulfgar and ask him, I mean, you can kind of talk to spirits, right? Could you talk to that Drake, the spirit of that Drake that is inside? Maybe the Drake would be happy.
Hug Papa, are you with us? Hug Papa? I don't think he's with us right now.
Yeah, well, okay. Never mind it.
He's having technical errors. He's moved to a new location, so... Understandable. Understandable. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, then Cortex moves out. Leave the Drake area.
Testing 1, 2.
Oh, welcome back.
There we go. Oh my god, the audio is way better now.
There we go.
Did you hear what we were doing?
I don't think you did.
I heard you went inside and you disturbed some Drake remains, almost was attacked, and ended up talking your way into some damage. And ultimately found nothing worthwhile.
Yeah, I also asked you if you could actually talk to the spirit of the dead Drake and make it the alive Drake happy.
Oh, you children have such imaginations on how magic works.
Well, worth a try. Okay.
No, I will not be speaking to a dead Drake to convince its spirit to communicate with its alive loved one. I am not a Drake. I am a dwarf.
Alright. Well, that's actually the first time we tell that to Cortex. Cortex is just like, a dwarf?
Yep.
That's cool.
What's a dwarf?
I mean, if you talk to dead people, a dead Drake would be way cooler, but whatever, man. Okay, so Cortex...
So to be clear, you guys agreed to never return here.
Yeah, okay. Well,
So, if you find evidence that says we need to come back, we're fighting a Drake.
Well, I guess that would happen
Hinge.
sometime.
No, it's fine. It's fine, guys. You got this. You guys got this.
Alright, well, Cortec will just leave and say that, well, let's get back to Ravenshaven, or is there anywhere?
We still need to know what is beneath Fort Malgrave. And I have business with the elves now.
Okay, where do you want to go first? Do you want to go to Fort Milegrave, or want to go towards the elves?
You still need a head, don't you?
Well, I needed to go back to Ravens to communicate what happened here.
Do you have any proof, though? I don't think the drow is going to just take your word for it. She asked for physical proof.
Well, as they were walking out, Cortec moves to this body, gets like a part of it, which can show what happened. And, well, goes back to Ulfgar and starts walking.
Are you guys leaving? That's my question.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the dog is with us. I'm gonna name it.
What's the dog's name?
Okay, Ulfgar, do you have any ideas for the dog's name? Otherwise, I'm gonna.
Sparky.
Bait. That's all it's going to be good for.
Cortec disapproves what Ulfgar said. Looks at the
Wolfgar
dog.
smiles to himself.
Cortec looks at the dog and just like, okay, you're gonna be Spark.
What's his name?
Spark.
Bark?
It's Spark.
Spark, okay. Roll me a handle animal as you're like, you are now deemed Spark.
Alright. Animal handling. This D4 at 14.
Sure. It seems like Wagon's Tail confused at you, but it's like, okay.
Alright, then we're leaving.
Excellent. Once again, you pass an area covered in cobwebs.
Is this a door?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Alright, Cortec checks what's on the other side, just...
Sure.
Then I suppose we will be fighting a drake soon.
No, we're leaving, but we're just checking this before we leave.
It looks like we are entering another building and not leaving his territory.
Okay.
When you are older, you will understand how looks are important.
Okay. Sorry, dwarf old man. Let's... And then he walks away.
Okay. All right. I'm just curious of what you guys are doing. I don't make anybody do anything.
Alright.
Are you guys leaving this area?
Yes.
Excellent. Because story time happens. As you return, there we go, copy. You're beset by bandits. Boom, 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 ba-bloosh. As you are returning to wherever you're going, as soon as you leave this location, a group of bandits, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, waylays you. What do you guys do?
Apparently we attack.
All right, roll that street initiative.
Alright. Ulfgar is not for games.
I mean, if they're already attacking us, I'm just imagining Cortec isn't going to be talking when he can be.
No, I mean, I didn't understand that they were already attacking.
Oh, well, I mean, so just to be clear, like these guys were set up, right? And you guys stumble on upon them as soon as you leave this area. There's a story here.
Like they set up an ambush?
Kind of. Roll another one.
Well, is it or isn't it? There's no kind of. There's no, we're just walking through the woods in a spread out pattern and quietly, and suddenly someone stumbles upon us. I guess we're going to.
This is clearly an ambush. Let's go ahead and do descending. So from out of the Golden Plains, as you guys are walking, these people who are covered in like hay mesh stand up and says, "Drop all your money. Your belongings belong to the Red Mountain. Yield, or we will be forced to fire upon you." You hear the clicking of crossbow bolts as you see a group of them just come out. Right? So they just pop out of the ground, what appears to be. That is what they threaten. Ulfgar, you are up.
Are you sure you want to be threatening a gatekeeper? As he holds out his holy symbol, he is going to create a wall of sand to appear in front of us.
Excellent. Would you like to draw it out?
Yes, let me post the spell description and see how far it is.
Fairly large, as I recall. It's a circle, right?
Well, it could be. It's just 30 feet long, 10 feet high, and 10 feet thick. I can do any shape.
Okay, so go ahead and draw your shape.
Sure. Give me 1 second. 30 feet long.
Yep, go ahead and draw it. I assume you're casting spells.
Yes, he cast a spell to summon this.
Excellent, that triggers off all their fires. They begin shooting you, Ulfgar. Give me a second. Let me check out a few things. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Damn. Damn. Oh, okay. Hits.
How can I move this?
Hits. 5 of them hit. Okay, what is it? It's +3 to hit. Okay, that's not so bad. D8.
Are they firing through the wall of sand, or do they fire before the wall of sand is around?
They had a ready action. This is an ambush. Then it's +1. 5 of them hit, +5. Yeah, minor damage, 24 points of damage as these bolts begin piercing your flesh. Yeah. Your wall of sand goes up. Anything else, Ulfgar?
Nope.
Excellent. Planets are up.
Oh wait, so he is going to move closer to the wall of sand.
Excellent.
Trying to use it for cover.
Let's go ahead and add Ava to this as well. Ava will move up as well. Add turn. And Spark will move up as well. They can't see you. You can't see them. So, meh. You hear the cranking of bolts. And you hear the captain say, "Hold! Hold! Wait for them to reveal themselves and then fire!" Cortec, where you at? Oh, there you are, Cortec. Roll me a perception, Cortec, as suddenly this wall of sand blocks your vision. But first, perception. Oh, okay. Yeah. Whoever's leading these men has your type of northern armor and Agalia. And just see, that's above a 20. You know that this is your brother.
Which one?
The captain right here.
No, but which brother?
Give me a second. Copy. Paste. It is Lorden. Loret. Loret? Yeah, Loret. You see him? Oh, there he is, right there. And now I can remove him. He seems to be doing pretty well. He has an axe. He has a dagger. He has it appears to be scale mail of some sort. He is clearly the leader of this party. He also has an insignia of the Red Mountain.
All right. Cortec moves up to the wall of sand and yells, "Laura, stop this nonsense! It's Cortec, your brother."
Roll me a persuasion. As he's commanding his men, "Hold! Hold! Get ready to fire!" You hear once again the cranking of... He's like, "I'm no damn fool. My brother's in the north. You're just some stranger in Full Plate Mill. You clearly wear the insignia of Ravenshaven. My brother wouldn't sell out to some southerners."
Well,
Cortec.
Cortec puts Neka's bowl.
By the way, you have inspiration. Everyone has inspiration.
Okay. Can I use it for the persuasion then?
I don't know. Would you like to use inspiration before you get shot again?
Yes. I'll use the inspiration for the persuasion.
You lose your inspiration, and he says, "Hold! Hold!" He says, "I can't see you behind that wall. Take off your helmet. Let me see who you really are."
All right. Cortec takes off his helmet.
He can't see you. There's currently a wall of sand.
No, I know. And picks up Neka's bowl.
Okay.
And moves out of the wall.
Okay.
Or to the front of the wall and shows Neka's bowl and his face.
Your brother, right? He takes out his axe and his dagger. Or not dagger, but his dagger. He says, "You got a lot of nerve coming down south. What are you doing here?"
Well, you were there when I left the village saying I was going to explore the world.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, you abandoned your people. I come out to find you and bring you back home.
Why? Is something going on there?
Says, "No. You're going to help me convert our people to the Holy Master's teachings. Talos is a lie." He reaches into his armor and pulls out a symbol of the Holy Master. You finally come to realize your brother has converted to the faith of the Holy Master.
Are you freaking crazy, Laura?
It's a little more crazy than you are.
are you really leaving behind everything in order?
He still has his beard, right? He still has his red beard. And he says, well, I mean, didn't you leave? You were the first.
Yeah, but
Yeah, you left everything behind as well, so don't give me that crap.
No, don't get things confused.
Oh, I'm not confused.
I didn't left our family or teachings behind. Actually, the only reason I'm here to send them a message that they might be in peril.
He gets up and walks over to you. He's like, yeah, look at your armor. I see how much you've sold out to the Southerners. You're wearing that of the Ravenshaven. Are you in exile yourself now, Kortek?
Kortek moves closer to him and says, look, this was something I was doing to actually try to help our family.
Yeah, leaving helps our family. Yeah. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to save our family. I am.
You know what? Tell your guys to stand off, and let's solve it like real brothers.
He lifts his axe up, and he's like, you sure you want to do this?
I mean, are you sure
you couldn't beat me back then? You think you can beat me now?
Well, I guess we'll have to see.
Interesting. He says, give me one good reason why I shouldn't have my men just shoot you right here, right now. You traitor!
Is that what you learn down south? To actually tell people to do whatever you have to do?
These men follow me because I freed them.
Yeah,
he turns and looks at him and he says, isn't that right, men? And the men yeah. We take what we want and what we need.
Alright, so are you guys okay with your leader not solving his problems, telling you to do it? I mean, that's not a real leader position, right?
Roll me a persuasion.
Oh.
They laugh at you. They're like, ha ha ha, look how soft he's gotten. They're all laughing, ha ha, you call yourself a northerner and then come down south. We must be drinking their wine and enjoying their women, Kortek. Look how soft you've become. The men laugh at you as they're like, ha 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 ha.
Alright, Kortek uses thaumaturgy.
Ulfgar, by the way, what are you doing during all
this?
Yeah,
true.
You're hearing this debate, right? It seems to be a family meeting of sorts.
Ulfgar is shaking his head at Kortek, kind of chuckles to himself at his failure to persuade his men. He continues to prepare for the coming battle. As he takes a step into the wall of sand.
Laura says, Kortek, don't tell me that you're here under the guise of Lady Isabella, the drow.
Well, she was the only one that could send a message towards our village.
How much money is she paying you, Kortek?
She's not paying me anything. I just wanted her to send a message. I told you I'm doing this for our village.
He's like, no, I'm doing this for our village. I am going to protect our people.
Really? Telling them that everything they live is a lie?
He says, man, you really don't get it, do you? What have they been filling you with, huh? What lies have they been telling you? I've seen the truth. You should come with me. I will show you the truth, Kortek. Follow me, Kortek, and I will lead you on the path of salvation.
I'm not following you, Laura. If you want, we can solve it. here, now. If you're man enough.
He smiles at this and he says, "You couldn't beat me then. Why do you think you could beat me now?"
Cortec grabs his spears and says, "Let's see."
He says once again, "Why wouldn't I just simply tell my men to shoot you where you stand?"
Well, aren't you the one that is going to show me the path to salvation?
Well, that is true. I guess I should beat you one last time, just to humble you. He draws his axe and dagger and says, "You never were a quick learner. I guess I have to teach you again." Ulfgar, are you doing anything special? Because this is kind of a private duel. By the way, his men still have their crossbow locked, right? They are seeming to be enjoying this little duel between brothers. Ava whispers to you, Ulfgar, and it's like, "What should we do?"
We should get into position. This fight only ends in two ways. Neither way there will be death.
She says, "You don't think the two brothers are going to kill each other, do you?"
That message he cares so much about was really to warn his family of his brother. This will only end in one way, the death of one of them.
Can't you convince them? Can't you stop this?
Death is the natural cycle of life. In family fights, why would I intervene now?
Fair enough. Cortec, we get the scene of two brothers. They look very similar, spitting images of each other almost. We'll get a close up, and he's like, "You ready to do this, brother?" He like steps up to you, and he says, "You ready? Let's see what you've learned these few months."
All right, let's start this.
He begins with a swing. He attacks 3 times, 2 with an axe and 1 with his dagger. 2 with the axe and 1 with his dagger. So the axe is missed twice. And then the dagger lands. It's 1d4 plus 3. You take 5 points of damage.
Right.
A cheer from the men as he draws first blood. And this men like cheer, like, "Yeah, woohoo, lower it,
Right.
lower it, lower it."
As he hits me,
Mm-hmm.
Cortec rebukes his attack.
Excellent.
$14 damage.
Let's see. Ouch. The shocking damage, like, it's like, ugh. You think Talos will save you? I know the truth. He
Yeah.
once again swings on it. Oh, well. Anything else?
No, this was a reaction.
Yeah, right.
That's flat.
It's your turn, Cortec.
All right. Cortec yells, "I'll show you the thunder, brother."
Bring it. Bring me the thunder.
Okay, well, Cortec now uses Thunder Wave.
Excellent. Okay, it's a con save. +2. He easily makes it. Is there a save to it? Does he take
yeah.
damage? It takes half damage, right?
Takes half damage and isn't
yeah.
pushed.
He says Talos is always weak. -6. Anything else?
No, that's it. Let me just ask. I mean, I used my reaction first, so this turn I don't have one, right?
That is correct.
All right.
Okay. He is going to swing on you twice again with his axe. Whoosh, whoosh, stab. So first two are axes. The dagger. The dagger seems to be always tagging you, right? So the axes, right? He's using the axes as like a distraction, and punk punk, and then the dagger comes in from the side. Oh, solid damage. It takes 7 points of damage as it pierces your flesh. And he says, "Is that the best Talus can offer you, Cortec? I've seen much, much stronger opponents than you."
Okay, little brother. Let's do this then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Cortec attacks 3 times with his bonus action.
Do it.
1, 2, 3.
Excellent.
Uses action
2
surge.
of those hit. Okay, go
Yeah.
ahead.
And attacks twice more. Oh, come on.
So he will use 1 to parry.
Mm-hmm.
He will use his reaction to parry to block 1.
It's
3 of those
damage.
hit. 3 of those hit.
18 damage total.
Ouch. He's not looking good. He's like, ugh. As you like his offense, right? He manages to block once again with 1 dagger, and he's like, ugh. He's like, that's not the best you can do. And he smiles at you, and he like wipes the blood off his lip, and he's like, "I'm not done yet." And he starts swinging on you again. Oh, buddy. So this time, right, he's like, oh, and he starts cleaving and like whacking you solidly with his axe. And this is where the fun begins.
All right. Cortec berries.
Good. Which one are you parrying?
The crit one.
It still hits.
No, I mean the parry just reduces.
Oh, it just reduces the damage. Excellent. So this is the crit. Well, and plus.
Reduced 2 damage.
Plus 3. So 11. Take
All
11
right.
points from the first one.
All right.
And take 5 points from the other one. As an action, he says, "The Holy Master protects me," and he touches himself. Woohoo! He heals.
What?
For a certain amount.
He attacked 3 times and heals? Or
Yes.
oh
Yes. The Holy Master protects me. And you think that the damage that you've done to him has been negated by quite a bit. And it is now your turn.
damn. Okay. Well.
What do you do, Cortec, as brother fights against brother?
Okay, so Cortec will second wind.
Mm-hmm. There's like this cheer, right? So the crowd's like, "Yeah, fight, 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 fight!" as they're cheering on this duel between the brothers. And
All right, regain 7 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And let me just check. Okay, and attacks twice.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, come on.
1 hits. I'm making this epic. That way there's no mess ups. So like these 2 brothers are like dueling and willing. I am going to forego like fumbles and stuff like that, right? Because this is epic.
All right.
He takes 6 points of damage, correct?
No, 4.
Oh, he only takes 4?
Yeah.
He says, "You never were smart." He begins attacking you again. Shit. And the dagger. Another axe comes landing in.
Alright.
Take 6 points of damage as this axe bites deep into your flesh. He
Alright,
says,
yeah.
You
Cortec
can always
parries
yield to your brother, Cortec. You can always surrender.
Cortec parries again, and parries 5 damage. So, in
You
total,
take
it took
6.
1.
Yep.
6? Okay.
Awesome defense.
Right. So
What do you
now,
do, Cortec? You are up. As he's like, you guys are like locked, right? His battle axe, his axe, which would have been a crit, is like biting against your spear, right? So it's like inches from your face. What do you do?
well, Cortec, can he attack with a bonus action and use a cantrip as an action?
Yes. Sure. This is your personal duel? Sure, I'll allow it.
Alright, so Cortec attacks once
Yep.
with his spear,
Mm-hmm. That is a miss.
and toll the death on him.
Excellent. What does that do? It's a save, right?
Yeah, that's a wisdom save. That's the one that we talked about before.
All right. It's a straight up roll.
Yeah, it's 2d12. No, 1d12 damage.
Well, are you over 5th level?
Yeah, I'm level 7. I'm level
Then
6.
it's 2d12.
So it's total level, not
Yeah.
cleric level. Alright, so 2d12. Yeah,
Awesome.
13 damage.
He takes the full amount. Ugh. He says, using cheap magic will not save you, Cortec. And once again, he swings on you twice and stabs you once.
Alright, Cortec
He hits
parries again.
once. Excellent. The battle axe continues to bite deep into your flesh. Take 6 points of damage.
Yeah,
Take
take
3
2.
points.
Yeah, 2. It's +1.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Alright, Cortec goes back to one spear.
That's it.
Alright. 10
Solid
damage,
damage,
and 1 till the death.
Okay. And then that is a wisdom saving throw. He makes it.
Alright. Okay, it's him.
He once again swings twice on you. He says, "You should surrender, Cortec." Oh, shit. A 19 matches you. So, okay. So this battle axe comes swinging in, right? And hits your armor as it comes down with the second one. So it is clearly a flint move. Your brother's done this many times on you. And you take 9 points of damage.
Alright,
as
yeah.
this-
Cortec uses his last berry.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6 damage.
He says, "You can always surrender, Cortec. You cannot win against the Holy Master and the forces of the Inquisition. Surrender, or I don't want to kill you."
Shut up, brother. Alright, again, spear.
Hit. He will activate his parry.
Kind of sounds like Cortec might be the jerk older brother in this relationship.
And then a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, oh, come on.
Makes it.
And spear damage 4.
Excellent. Boom. Let's make sure that I'm not cheating. This parry goes up by 2 AC. That's a 17. It still lands. Solid blow. It still lands. Ugh. Says, now it's time to end this, Cortec. Oh, and the dagger, the cruel dagger. So 1 hits.
Alright, as he hit me, I'll rebuke it again. For 9 damage.
So take 6 points of damage. He takes 9. He's like, damn it! I should have seen that coming. He looks pretty bad off, man. Looks pretty bad off. It is your turn.
Okay. So, again, fear. Oh. And
yeah.
so is that.
Excellent.
2, 12, 17.
Yeah. Awesome. It is now his turn. Seeing an opening and getting incredibly lucky. What is he going to do? What is he going to do here? What is he going to do here? Got any cheese? Let's see if he's got any cheese. Could do that as well. Could do that as well. Okay. No, he's just going to straight up attack you. And he's like, you should have yielded. Oh, last one. So like he's like really exhausted. He's like, it's like his attacks are like really weak against you, right? It is your turn, Cortec.
Not gonna yield, brother. Never. So Cortec uses healing word on himself.
Excellent.
6 damage. And attacks twice.
Sure. So the first one, he parries, right? And he's like, you can't stop me, brother. And then you land a blow. This blow might be fatal, if you so choose it to be.
Does Cortec relate his visions to his brother?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, you tell me. What are you doing? Are you killing him or not?
And the Valkyrie told me to kill him, right?
Valkyrie didn't say jack about this.
Oh man.
What do you do, Cortec? This blow lands, so no matter what, are you killing him? That's my question.
I had to, right?
That's up to you, man. What do you want to do?
Well, what Cortec does is his last attack is actually on his brother's shoulder.
Yeah.
So he cannot use his axe hand anymore.
Sure. He falls unconscious. I'm going to roll a con save. Are you killing him? That's my question. He drops to 0. Are you killing him?
No. I'm actually trying to, take the efficiency of his right arm from him. So
he's trying to maim him, not kill him.
Exactly, okay. Yeah.
Okay. That happens. Tell me how you mangle his right arm.
Alright, so as he falls,
yeah.
Cortec sticks his spear on his shoulder and says, "Never again think about invading our village and going against everything we lived for our entire life."
He falls unconscious, and there's like a wide gasp among his men as like they're staring at their fallen leader, and they like fall silent, and they're like looking around, confused, right? What do you do, Elfgar, as you're clearly standing in the sand, right? You hear this thud, right? And I mean, Kortek looks pretty bloody as well, but he ultimately becomes victorious.
You have two choices. Live to fight another day, or join your commander face down in the dirt.
Kortek has a mission here.
You men better now stop whatever you're doing and come with us.
Roll me
Your leader
intimidation with
is
advantage.
With advantage?
With advantage, yes. You just downed their leader, so yes. Oh yeah.
Okay.
So they're like, okay, man, yeah, you, okay. They're like, we'll listen to you. What you want? What do you want us to do, man? What do you want us to do?
All right. Kortek will get his rope and bind his brother.
Your brother is bound.
And now Kortek uses Spare the Dying on him, so he's stabilized.
Excellent. He is no longer bleeding out, yet his arm remains mangled from your bout.
Yeah, that's the intention. And
do you want to know what's on him? As you're
yes.
looking him over. He has a nice axe. He didn't have this when he left the village. He also has a nice dagger, a parrying dagger.
All right. Kortek grabs both.
He also has armor, finely crafted leather armor. Looks to be masterwork.
All right. Well, Kortek will take everything.
On him, he has 122 silver.
122 silver.
You also find a scimitar and 2 other daggers.
All right, so it's a battle axe, right?
So it's just it's just an axe. It's 1d8.
Right.
And a parrying dagger. That seems to be mastercraft as well. This grants you the ability to defend yourself. By using your reaction, you use up your reaction to get a +2 AC bonus.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he kept parrying as his reaction. Yep.
Didn't really help him.
Well, a couple of times. A couple of times it helped him.
Alright, I'll just take the other weapons. I'm not gonna add it to my inventory. I'll just take it out of him so he's not armed at all.
You also find a symbol of the Holy Master around his neck. A necklace. A medallion of sorts. Appears to be a holy symbol of sorts.
Alright, Kortek takes it out of him.
So, around his neck.
Yeah, Kortek just breaks the chain and actually throws it on the ground and steps on it.
Excellent.
After the men stand down, Ulfgar will release his concentration on the wall of sand, and he will walk past it as it collapses around.
The men begin forming ranks. Your brothers taught them fairly well. They seem to have had some training, military training.
Huh. Yeah, that's very worrying. Okay. Alright, so Cortec will actually tell the men to follow him.
Mhm.
And, well, will kind of drag his brother out as they're moving out.
Ulfgar is going to collect that symbol of the Holy Master.
Put it into your inventory. Symbol of the Holy Master. Holy symbol. Oh, where are you going? We can now shift over to the overland map. Sorry, guys, that was a little bit railroady, but it was very important. Because you guys were getting closer and closer, so I was like, boom.
Alright, well,
We need to go back to the farm to meet up with Mudskipper and the cartographer. Ulfgar still hasn't had a good chance to talk with them. We've been a little busy last couple of days.
yeah. Okay, so we move back to the farm.
Roll me a survival.
Alright, you're gonna make the owners over. And Cortec is gonna be helping him.
Tell me how you are helping Ulfgar.
Well, Cortec is very good with directions and maps. So he kind of gives his insight over which way better to follow and to which direction.
Mm-hmm.
Ulfgar has a strange feeling that they're being hunted, so he will use guidance as well.
A wise decision. Roll it. Snake eyes. Oh, so close.
That's an 11.
That is an 11. That still passes. You make it to the farmhouse. Go ahead and place yourself right here. I'm waiting for that roll. It'll happen. Trust me.
I'm sure it's coming up soon.
But I'm just making sure that everything is fair and legal. Roll me that die 6. I can't wait for that. Because it's a 5 and 6 now. It's a 5 or 6 now.
Do we roll it now?
No,
You
made the roll. You made.
I was gonna say.
If I wanted to be a douchebag, yeah, I could be like, yeah, we're ready to roll. Okay, so let's go ahead and move you guys back over. We are going over to the farm. The farm, not that one. The farm. There we go. Excellent. We have an entourage, a literal entourage of people. Let me gather everyone. You make it back to the farmstead with no one to harass you. You are up a small battalion of bandits, semi-trained, not the best, right? And then just go ahead and paste. An entire army almost right here. Yeah. All you guys are right here. What do you guys do? As you approach this farmstead. In the distance you see, it's still raining, still misting and raining. In the distance you see a lone farmstead, and you see fields of vegetables and wheat. And pumpkins and all types of stuff. Well, not yet pumpkins, it's still springtime. But they're being planted, right? They're being planted.
Alright, well, Cortec moves here, looks to the men, and says, "Don't steal anything. I'll provide food for you and water for you."
Roll me intimidation with advantage.
Alright, Cortec uses guidance. Come on.
Thank God for advantage. Yes. They say, "All right, boss, whatever you say."
Right. Cortec moves to the farmhouse.
Excellent.
Walks in and, well, says hello to the farmer, and says, "Well, we managed to actually find what we were looking for.
Does Ulfgar see Mudskip or the cartographer here?
Yes, you see them both here.
Okay. They weren't on the map, so I wanted to check.
I will put them down. You can address them. Yeah. He nods gratefully for it. He's like, yeah, he's been causing me a bunch of trouble. He's known as the Red Mountain here.
Yeah, I know. Well,
Want to hang him? We can hang him right here, right now.
No, I actually have to take the man back to Ravens. But their leader, well, that's my thing. I'm gonna take it.
Says, okay. Do what you need to do, son. As long as you get him away from here and away from my home, and stealing shit left and right. Yeah. As long as you take him away, I'm okay with that.
Okay. Also, I need food for the man and drinks. How much would that cost me?
He says, these are your men now? You're not going to punish them?
They're not my men, but I need to take them somewhere. So, yes, they're gonna be punished.
He says, I could put them to work. I don't just hand out freebies. I'll make them work in the field.
I'm willing to actually pay for the food.
Oh. Says, how many mouths do you need to be fed?
That's 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
10.
And roll me a persuasion to see how much he likes you. Because he's kind of mixed, right? He's kind of like, yeah, you're getting them out of here. But he's like, you're wanting me to feed these thieves? They're rogues? So roll me a persuasion, straight up persuasion. He's like, all right, I'll give you a fair deal. A silver apiece.
All right, so 10 silvers in total, right?
He nods.
All right, Cortec gets food for him, the 10 men, and his brother.
Mm-hmm.
So he spends 12 silver.
Excellent.
He then goes outside, gives the food to the men, and, well, binds his brother to the tree in a way that is a little bit uncomfortable.
After an hour on the road, your brother, wakes up. Let's see how he's reacting. So he's, wincing in pain. He's actually crying because his hand's mangled, right? This is like a lingering wound. And you've bound him, right?
Yes.
So the ropes are, digging into his flesh of his mangled arm. So, yeah, he's literally crying as this constant, movement of rope going against his flesh. He's not taking the injury well, he's taking it normally, like a normal person would. He's not I don't care about shit. No, he's like, ow, this shit hurts a lot.
Yeah, well, this way you learn. Shit.
He doesn't talk to you. He says, You're leading our people astray.
You're the one astray. Shut up. And then, well, Cortec gags him, leaves him tied to the tree in a way that he's not comfortable.
It's raining outside. Is that something that you want to do?
Yeah, just for a while. Just so, well, Cortec is pretty disappointed with his brother. So, he's gonna leave him by the tree for a while. Then he's gonna pick him, bound him in one of the sides of the room and feed him.
Excellent. So you're bringing your brother inside or out in the tree?
Well, after leaving him in the rain for a bit, just so he's uncomfortable, Cortec brings him in and feeds him.
Sure. Still bound and gagged.
No, I mean, of course, Cortec removes the gag to feed him.
Okay.
And, well, that's it for Cortec. Cortec is just actually trying to accept the fact that his brother is a piece of shit.
I guess we turn the camera over to Ulfgar, where Lynn and Mudskipper are currently helping around the place, making sure, like, they're doing housekeeping for Farmer Ed while you guys were away. And Farmer Ed had offered them a generous reception of, you work around here, you get free food and lodging. So currently they are helping out, doing women chores that isn't very common here. There's not a lot of feminine touches, so they're literally going around the house, making it much more livable. Small comforts. It's the small comforts.
Ulfgar is going to take a seat at the table. So, I hear you've been sick. Tell me what ails you, and perhaps I might know of a remedy.
I assume you're speaking to Farmer Ed.
He is.
He goes, he's like, I have been sick for a long time.
And what kind of sickness is it that you have?
It's called old age.
Ulfgar smiles and nods. I'm glad you haven't contracted something from the home of my ancestors.
Let's see here. Are you offering to do a medical checkup on him?
Yes, he was.
Roll me a persuasion, because you're kind of a stranger, right? And you don't usually get naked for strangers to do a medical checkup.
Well, and Ulfgar usually doesn't offer.
Yeah, that is true. So he's like, yeah, I'm fine. I don't need your muddy hands on me.
I've been told you know of the architecture of my kin.
He says, I don't know who your kin is. He rolled a knowledge, and he didn't know what you were. You just look like a short human. Yeah.
I am Ulfgar Ashencloak, a gatekeeper, a dwarf, and I know of the gold mantles. I know you know of their last resting place that is nearby.
He said, yes, I know who you are. Yes, who was that man? That young man that wasn't here not too long ago. Do you know of a man named Adrian?
I do. He said he stole something of mine from those ruins.
He didn't say steal. No, he found it. Would you like me to show you?
I would.
Farmer Ed says, follow me. He's like, wait. He gestures to his frog. He's like, his bullywug. He's like, Billy, show this, what are you?
I am a dwarf.
Show this dwarf. The last time we, where Adrian had shown you. And this, like, bullywugs has this, like, this little pouch sack. He's like, okay, boss, okay. He takes you and begins leading you outside. He takes you over here. He says, down here. He gestures. Unfortunately, due to the rains, this area has been collapsed and has sunk in. He says, right here. These are the mite holes. These right here. This is where we found your tomb. Right here. This is where we found the shiny rock.
Ulfgar pulls out the pickaxe and drops it to the ground to activate the mining process to clear out a path through the dirt down below.
The mud begins to part as it begins to dig. It's wet, right? And it'll take a while for it to begin to achieve its effect. Billy is amazed at this floating pickaxe that seems to just be chunk, 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 and has begin digging. Billy's like, how does this work? And he's like begins like trying to touch the
Ulfgar smiles. Careful, this is ingenuity of the dwarves. An ancient relic, one that I keep.
Oh.
Very handy.
Truly, truly. I could use that for the fields. How much do you want for it?
I'm afraid it's not for sale.
He frowns at this and he says, okay. It'll be every bit of an hour before you see headway.
Ulfgar doesn't want to leave this unattended, but he doesn't want to stand out in the rain for an hour.
Choices. Maybe that's how they lost the pickaxe to begin with.
Well, it wasn't lost. It was right where it was supposed to be. I mean, it was buried with its owner, presumably.
I mean, you guess.
He is going to use... No, he's going to ask Billy if he could send out... Lynn.
Billy nods and he says, I'll be right back. He runs into the house. And Lynn comes out slowly afterwards. She has like this raincoat on, right? She's like, what is it, Ulfgar? Do you need any help with something?
I wanted to know what you thought of these golden plains now that you have seen more of them.
She says, well, yes, I have seen a lot of it. It's pretty flat and wide and open.
Aye, that's what most of you cartographers think.
I mean, she's not wrong.
In my opinion, the true wealth lies beneath the surface, as you're about to find out.
She stares at you confused. She's like, what do you mean?
This land was once the mixed kingdoms. Humans, dwarves, elves, living in harmony that has not been seen since. In some places, the past is still seen.
So she like looks around and she's like, I know of what you speak.
What do you know of these mixed kingdoms?
Well, I mean, as a surveyor, I've come across some ruins in the past. Usually the Inquisition swarms over them. And luckily, I am a surveyor, so I get to stick around and see some of the stuff that normal civilians can't. So I've heard Inquisitors and people speak of these things. Not so boldly as you, though.
Ulfgar nods. The humans tend to keep their secrecy. But I feel knowledge should be shared with those who deserve it. And I think you do.
She nods in agreement. She says, I've understood that knowledge is dangerous, but it can also be extremely helpful.
There is power in what one might know, as he smiles wryly at her.
Not fully understanding, she's like, yeah.
So, tell me, will you be reporting all of this to the Inquisition? Will you be aiding in our arrest when we arrive at Alcor?
She says, I was planning on heading back to the city and telling them of the current conquest of the Fort Malgrave. I don't think anybody was aware of the undead.
Aye, this is a problem that all races may need to join forces in, just as the times before. Oh, I once knew a cartographer such as you.
I'm a surveyor.
Surveyor, cartographer, explorer, all the same thing for humans.
She nods. She says, well, I mean, does she know what you are? That's a good question. I'll roll. I can't remember if she did or didn't. Yeah, she knows what you are. She says, you must live for a long time, Master Dwarf. You must have many friends.
I'm afraid I'm not one for making friends. I had a few once, but they have been taken away from me, and I still seek vengeance.
Vengeance against who?
The wyverns and the green dragons.
She says, yes, I've heard of such creatures. They're one of the hazards that are on the road. Terrible fiends, terrible creatures.
And their hunger is never sated.
So I have heard.
Tell me, is my dear friend still known amongst the humans in the Inquisition? His name was Jandar Shamor. He was quite popular when he was around.
She will roll an investigation. She has advantage on this. She says yes. Yes, I've read some of his books. Did you know him? I understand that he went north somewhere.
Aye, he came and stumbled upon a group of our dwarves, of part of our encampments before we were driven fully underground. This was long ago.
Is he alright?
He has perished. I thought the Inquisition would have known of this, would have gone looking for him.
She shakes her head. She's like, no. Although it's not uncommon to have people simply just disappear into the wilds. I wasn't aware of his death.
Has been gone from some time now. Perhaps one of your generations or two.
She says, I've read his books.
Then tell me, do you share his fascination with what the Inquisition may find to be unseen?
Of what do you speak? Do you speak of the mixed kingdoms? That is heretical among the Inquisition. I don't share that point of view, if that is where you were referring to.
Ulfgar will lean in closer. Between you and me, lass, Jandar had quite the fascination with the arcane. He was always interested in knowing more about the magic I possessed.
She says, well, she lowers her voice and looks around, right? And the rain is still going down. And she says, I've heard of such things. I've even heard that humans could be spellcasters. But I would dare not defy the Inquisition. They would hunt me down and kill me if such an event ever was found out.
Jandar was just as afraid as you are. Some things may never change.
She nods. She's like, maybe. Seems quite normal where I'm at. Just simply don't do magic.
Well, perhaps we'll speak of this some more. Perhaps on our way to Alkaline. But I hear we'll be returning to Ravenshaven first. I know we fear for the Canoness, but I will watch over her. She will not face her expected end just yet.
She says yes. Perhaps she could find some rest.
Would you please send Mudskip out when you have a chance? I'm afraid I might be here for a while, tending to the new opening.
She says, of course, of course. Still raining. She covers like her hood and everything else, and she like starts running back into the house, soaking wet. Of course, Cortec. What is Cortec doing? His brother scowls at Cortec.
Well,
So we
Cortex-
gag him.
no, Cortec sits by his brother and started, talking to him, asking, like, what happened to you? I mean, you left in order to find a way to help Bloom. How is this helping?
Roll me a persuasion. He just like rolls his eyes. And he's like, "You've always been blind, brother."
I'm not blind. What happened to the kid that was inspired to actually make life better for his brother? Or he forgot that he's in a wheelchair? You.
Like rolls his eyes.
Is
You
that-
failed the roll. That's what it is. You failed the roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's gonna keep talking to his brother and just like, you see what happened? I mean, I beat you. This is proof that your holy master something is not on your side.
It just proves that you got lucky. He like looks down at his hand and he's like, figures.
Well, Cortex points to his shoulder and just like, well, that's gonna remind you forever.
Like shakes his head in disgust at you. Said,
Well, Cortex slaps his face and just like, come to your senses.
like roll me an intimidation. He like grits his teeth, right? As you smack him. And like remember like before, like his defiance and anger towards you like flashes back in his eyes again. As you like slap him, he's like, you know. It's like, your ignorance will kill us all.
Well,
And I think that's where we get a cutscene back over
Yeah.
to Ulfgar. I'm sorry to do this to you, buddy, but that's what happens when you like consistently fail rolls.
and
Mudskip comes out in the rain, and we see like this pickaxe just. Mudskip, she doesn't have a cloak on or anything. She just has like a some sort of what's that word that's called? Some sort of cloak. It's a cloak, and she says, "What's up, Ulfgar? You hurt or something?" She looks you up and down. She says, "Yeah, looks like you got shot a couple of times."
Only a few, as he pulls out one of the arrows. I know you worry for your Canoness, but I give you my word I shall preserve her until she reaches her final destination.
She nods. She says, "Ulfgar, I want to thank you for your kindness and helping to keep her preserved."
Ulfgar nods. I wish we were able to save her, but perhaps there might still be a chance for that.
She like nods in agreement. She says, "Maybe."
I might try to entreat my ancestors, see if they can find her and bring her soul back to us. But that
I
might
don't even know
take
if that's
time.
impossible. She's probably gone on to the Holy Master, Ulfgar.
There are many pathways to reach our end. Me and my kind know of those pathways. Perhaps I will find her soon.
She says, "Maybe."
Ulfgar nods. And what do you expect of us when we return to Alkaline? We'll be sought after, jailed, and then find our own path.
She says, I don't know. I honestly do not know. As I understand, Lynn said that the Inquisition was not aware of the transgressions that occurred at Fort Malgrave. So, hopefully, if all goes well, we will enter unmolested.
Ulfgar nods. The fort was besieged by undead. We escaped and returned with a greater force to rescue the Canoness. That sounds like a hero of the Inquisition to me.
Roll me a persuasion.
Can't even use inspiration on that.
Nope. She frowns at you and she says, Ulfgar, do you think that's all I do this for? You think I do this for fame and glory? I do this to protect humanity, even sometimes from themselves. It saddens me that you think of me that way, as some glory hound or something like that. I do this because of faith and generosity and my love for the Canoness. She took care of me, and I will take care of her.
Then I suppose you might be needing this one day, lass. As he pulls out the tarnished symbol of the Holy Master and hands it to her.
Let's see here. She says, where did you get that?
I'm afraid it was mistreated by others, but I think it will serve you more than...
She takes it and says, this is a symbol of the Inquisitor Lord Bartholomew. He is also known as the Skinner. He is the most radical of the Inquisition lords, especially those of other races. He is much more militant than the other two. Where did you find this?
Kortek's brother ambushed us. This was his.
She turns away from you, Ulfgar, and begins heading back into the cabin.
Ulfgar sighs loudly as he crosses his arms and continues to watch the pickaxe.
We get a cutscene, right? Where we see Kortek like slap the shit out of his brother, and his brother's still defiant, right, as shit. We had Mudskip holding the holy symbol in front of, what's it?
Lorton.
Lorton. And she says, Lorton, she says, where did you get this? Where did you get this medallion? And he says, he just remains silent. She's going to attempt to intimidate him. Okay. When you slapped him, Kortek, it was like a friendly brother slap. However, when she like reaches back, right? Poosh!
Those claws.
Yep.
You don't have those claws.
She says, where did you get this? And he like cowers in fear of this like dragonborn. And he's like, I serve Lord Bartholomew. If you dare hurt me, you will suffer his wrath. The Inquisitor Lord takes no prisoners, and he will skin you alive should you hurt me again. And she looks at you, Kortek, and she says, do you know who Lord Bartholomew is?
Well, before that, Kortek slaps his brother and says, like, respect her.
There's a lot of slapping going on.
I imagine one of these is going to be a crit failure and you're just going to caress his cheek. Like,
go
dry
ahead,
his tear away.
Yeah, roll me intimidation, Kortek, as you smack him around. That's good. That's going to be close. What's his CR level? Give me a second. No. So he just like spits on you, right? When Medskip slapped him, right, he lost a tooth in his bloody mouth, right? He spits on you, Cortec. He says, "I do whatever Lord Bartholomew tells me. I don't listen to rats and filth of the Ravenshaven." And she says, "Shut up." And she turns to you, Cortec, and says, "Do you know who Lord Bartholomew is?"
No, I don't.
She says that he is one of the most extreme Inquisitor lords out there. It is likely that your brother has told him everything, or at least one of his agents.
Well, it does seem like someone were to allow him to. Well, what do you suggest? Obviously know more about him than I do.
What do you want to do with him, Cortec? He is your brother after all. My recommendation is to simply kill him. He knows who we are.
Yes, I was hoping it wouldn't come to, but apparently.
Can you convince him, Cortec? Could you show him another way?
I've been trying, but well, he is a really hard-headed. So,
reminds me of someone.
Well, Cortec just gives her the shoulders and just like, well, runs in the family. And
nods in agreement. She's not going to disagree with that.
well, Redskip, I respect you a lot for what you told me, and well, I'll try to do everything possible to not kill my own brother. But if he shows himself as a threat, yes, I have to do what I do in the name of my village and
I hope you find what you are looking for, Cortec. I think this is where we end the scene because it's that time. All right, everybody, wave goodbye to the audience at home. Hope everybody had fun. It was a little bit of a Cortec show tonight, a little bit of railroady, but I hope everybody enjoyed it. We will see you folks in the next video. Bye.